I'm catching up with Abdul Alsagoor, one of our jockeys here at Santa Anita, and we're going to get to know a little bit more about your career. You came to the U.S. in 2019. Who did you first start riding for when you came over here?
First, I started galloping for Bob Buffett for a year, and then my career, I keep chasing like riding. I start riding back home when I was a kid. You know, my family involved in horse racing, like my dad, my brother, all of us like family of horse racing. And I moved here. I worked for Buffett for a year, and then I start like continue my career of riding races.
At what point did you know you wanted to become a jockey or work in horse racing?
Since I born, like our family, we have horses like at the house. Like I born in the barn, you know. I grow up with horses. That's like something you cannot stop. You know, I grow up with and something I always love to do. And it's not only just hobby. It's like career for me. I love like riding. It's every day is enjoyable.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, especially waking up in the morning. Like it's the best part of it. Working with horses, you know, it's the best part of it.
What was your first job working on your family farm in horse racing?
Horse racing, I think hot walker.
Hot walker?
Yeah, that's why I started hot walking, grooming horses. You have to build everything. But I started riding when I was young. You know, like my family like give me the opportunity to ride when I was young. And everyone he was like scared. Like my dad, he was put me in some horses, and everyone, oh, why are you throwing you kids in horses? Don't worry about him, he'll be fine. That's how I know I'm gonna be a jockey.
Great seat, great will to stay in the saddle.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. My dad, he's the one, I think he pushed me a lot, like to ride in races. You know, he's the one like threw me into crazy horses, and I'm like, yeah, I do it. And since when I know I can be a jockey in that moment.
So having that training with your own family, you've brought that to the U.S. How have those lessons helped you here in U.S. riding?
It's a lot. It's teach me a lot, but it was different style. Back home and here we have completely different style. You know, I moved here to learn more about horse racing. You know, United States, most of like competitive racing in here, like most of the bigger races, everyone looking forward to Santa Anita, one of the best racetracks. Because the only thing I know back home, it was Mike Smith and Zenyatta when I was a kid. Like, and I'm looking forward to come, and it was just dream coming true to ride in Santa Anita and share the jocks room with a Hall of Famer. It was like his unbelievable experience.
Well, that's not a bad combo to remember, Zenyatta and Mike Smith.
Oh yeah, that was the best memory. I always think about it. When I was a kid, she was like the biggest like thing in my career, like Mike Smith and Zenyatta, and looking forward to ride with him every day. That was like unbelievable. Like I couldn't believe it. I started riding with Mike here, and like it was a dream coming true.
So does it feel like a movie with that dream coming true that you get to ride against Mike Smith now in races?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I couldn't believe it first time. I called my family, oh, I'm riding with Mike. That was like experience for me is unbelievable because I always look up to Mike all the time. My family, like they know I'm looking up to Mike, and when I start riding with him, it was great to ride and like compete with him as always.
So what are your goals and aspirations moving forward? You came to the U.S. to learn more about riding. Do you want to go back to
Absolutely.
Dubai and ride?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal. I come here to learn, to have more experience, learn different culture. And I'm looking forward to go back home. Like we have the big races back home, like Saudi, and I'm looking forward to go back there and hopefully we have a better career, you know, just hear experience and looking forward to just go back and forth if that will happen.
Do you have a timeline for any of that, or is it just
No,
gonna
yeah,
happen when it's
no,
gonna
yeah,
happen?
happen when it happen. Like I just leave it up to like when it's happen, and I think I will leave it until like when the right moment come. I move my tag over there.
Nice. So in the process of riding, you've also gotten your pilot's license. So what has that been like, studying for that and training for that while getting up early and riding horses and having that career as well?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Like sometime I just finish riding in the morning, right away go to flying. But it's another thing I love to do. Like flying is like a hobby for me. I love flying. There's nothing I do in the weekend, just flying. I have no sport. I don't know any sport. I will have racing and flying. That's all I know. But I love flying. It's great. It's a challenge, but I'm looking forward to finish, all the process.
So what what would you want to do? Like, what would be your ideal career with a plane and flying and having your pilot's license?
I want both. I cannot stop riding. That's the thing. I will never stop riding the whole career. No matter I finish flying, I finish my commercial license, I will do it sideways. But riding, I think I will never stop riding.
So have a good balance of both.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to balance both of them, and hopefully that will happen in the future.
Well, while you're trying to balance both, if an apprentice jockey came up to you today and asked for your advice of how to get to the next level, or what you are doing on a daily basis to get to your next level of riding, what would you tell them?
I think you have to have big mentality, because horse racing is always there's up and down, and like you have to keep your mind positive. That's the most important thing in horse racing. I think positive attitude will take you a lot of places. We waking up every morning, you have to put a smile on your face and get up every 5 o'clock in the morning. That's the most part of it. And I think if you love this sport, you need to put an effort to it, because I don't think it's easy to get in like where you want to be. I think you have to put positive attitude and just learn, keep your eyes open and listen. I think most like challenge thing, you always have to listen, because they've been in the part before you come, and I think listening has helped me a lot.
Listening's always something
Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
it's always good thing, and positive attitude. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Is there someone that you have been listening to quite a bit since you've been here in riding?
All of them. When I make a mistake, I always go back to the jocks room. They taught me a lot. All of the jocks room, all the jockey, they have such a big credit. I cannot thank them enough. All the time I make a mistake, they come up to you and tell you. And if you listen, they will keep telling you. But if you have like heavy head or something, you don't listen to them, they will never come back and teach you again. It's one time. If you listen to them, they will keep teach you. But that's the most important thing. Just keep listening, and I think we'll take you better places.
Well, Abdul Alsagoor, constantly listening and taking in everybody's criticism to become better. But, the sky's the limit.
Absolutely, the sky is the limit. Just keep positive attitude, listen, and just keep better mentality in everything. I think is the most big credit for young jockey coming up.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. It's been so great getting to hear about your career and your future aspirations and goals and how you're balancing work life.
No, thank you for having me in this chat.